Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 13. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and awesome reactions. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. So we have two comments from last week. It's from Queen Scarlet Pimp Sunkiss. Hey, boo. If Robin gonna be on the show, I want her to talk about her childhood more because I want to get to the root of her relationship that she chooses to commit to are seemingly based on transaction and her feelings indebted to them. Ooh, that is a good point because it's seeming like she's indebted to Giselle because Giselle was the one that fought for her to, get on this show. It seems like it's more of a familiarity thing with Juan because they have been together since their teens and she knows nothing else. And I'm not even sure if she wants to get married or is it so many people who have been pushing her to get married since like she's been on there. It's like y'all already living like y'all married, so why don't y'all just go ahead and get married? It's looking like we're doing this for the show. And I'm guessing had Robin went out there and dated like Juan had dated once they got divorced, they probably wouldn't be together now. But the fact that Juan was able to go out, date, have relationships, all those things, and then come back home to the house that he shares with Robin, I believe if they had done that, they wouldn't be together right now. And it's already kind of sort of seeming like they're not together. It's just for the show. Another comment. Exactly. Mia forgot that one of the only reasons that she and Karen had a convo about her potential sex life with Jacqueline and Peter's girlfriend is because Gizzy. That is so true. Mia running her mouth to Gizzard and Gizzard running her mouth to everybody. And Mia has also been running her mouth to everybody. So how's anyone supposed to decode what is a secret and what is not? Like, that's the thing that was like very confusing to me. Like, you got on TV. They put a microphone on you. There is a camera in front of you. There's a sound guy. There's producers. And you said out of your mouth that you've done A, B, C, and D, but you're mad at Karen. But the only reason they were having a conversation is because Giselle. And nobody ever like either acknowledges that or they don't want to bring it up. And I don't know why. So those are the two comments. Thank you. I forgot your name that fast. No, here we go. Queen Scarlet Pimp Sunkiss. Hey boo. I be knowing your name, but it's like I want to say Scarlet Queen instead of Queen Scarlet, so I do apologize. So let's go ahead and get into this video. I have changed my little desk situation around, so now I'm looking this way. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. The ladies, they are going to Mexico for Ashley's birthday. Karen didn't seem too thrilled. I guess she wanted to go somewhere more exotic. So Ashley and Karen, they're going to be hosting a trip, and they're, letting Wendy come along with them. They're going down like a little bit earlier so they can set the rooms up. Everybody getting the exact same room. So we not out here. You don't have a bed. You don't have a toilet. You got to sleep outside. We're not doing none of that. And since Wendy doesn't seem to get along with some of the ladies, she can come down early. And I'm like, first of all, the only two people that Wendy do not get along with is Robin and Mia. Robin is because they have this on again, off again type of thing that they got going on. And she is still mad from last season when Wendy basically read her relationship for what it is. And since the truth hurts, Robin can't handle that. And mind you, Robin is the one that's been aggressive for all these seasons. Wendy hasn't. Same thing with Mia. Wendy was basically questioning Mia, like, why are you so upset about this potential business that I have with Peter? Like, and how me and my husband run things. Are you doggone to having some kind of relationship with him? And I'm guessing either Mia wanted to be the one to bring up the relationship that she had with Peter or Peter's ex-girlfriend. And she wanted to be the one to do that and not Wendy. She decided to get violent and throw a drink on her and throw a purse at her. And yet Giselle was not frightened at all, found it hilarious, Robin filming the whole thing, and we have not seen a security guard the first. Isn't that funny? So Wendy gets along with people. They just don't like that Wendy will, hold up a mirror to what they got going on in their life, and they don't like what they see. Moving over, Giselle, she's possibly going to need a hysterectomy because she has uterine fibroids that are too big to just come out by themselves, and a hysterectomy seems like it's the best option. And I think this is a good reason why ladies should get their yearly exam. And sometimes doctors will be like, oh, you can come in every few years, but make sure you get your physical, go to your OBGYN. If you don't have OBGYN, go to your regular doctor, get everything checked out to make sure things are right. Because you could be going through something and not realize you're going through something. Like, why am I always in this constant pain? What is going on with me? You never know. I know a few years ago, now I'm on medication. I've told y'all this before. I have lupus. I've had lupus for the past 27 years. I was diagnosed when I was 10 years old. So one of my medications causes me to have something like acid reflux. Like the acid in my stomach rises up, and it feels like somebody is pinching at the very top of my stomach. So I will take a Pepsi. Everything's fine. Well, 2016... I'm feeling this pain, but it's like, usually if I don't have Pepsi on hand, then maybe 10, 15 minutes the most, I'm in pain. This time, the pain was a lot worse, and it lasted a lot longer. So much so that me and my husband had to call the ambulance, and I had to get rushed to the emergency room. I was sick, everything. I get to the emergency room, they're running tests trying to figure out what's wrong with me. They gave me a round of morphine. I had to get another round of morphine because I was in so much pain. And I had to get a pain pill once I left. Come to find out, I had I want to say a 6-centimeter cyst on my left ovary. And that thing was oh so painful. They was like, okay, it could just go away by itself, or you might need surgery. But bending over was painful. I was going through this for 2 weeks, and I understand I do not like taking very, very, very strong pain medications. I had surgery, and they gave me some medication, and it just made me utterly sick. And I was like, extra strength Tylenol would do it for me, but this pain was something else. Like, the extra strength Tylenol was not doing it. But I was like, I don't want to keep taking this medicine and I get hooked on it. That's something I didn't want to do. But that's a long way of saying, ladies, make sure you go and get your checkup, all those things, to make sure everything is fine. But since she's potentially having to have a hysterectomy, now she has to deal with some things because she wanted to take her daughters to the Martha Vineyard for the summer. And it seeming like she wanted to have the surgery and then go on this vacation. And I know that's one thing that you're not supposed to do. I don't think that's a good idea. Even if you're having just laparoscopic surgery, that's still major surgery. You need time to heal. I've had 4 surgeries. I had a port put in so they can draw blood because my veins is just totally shot. I had my gallbladder removed. I had another port put in, and I got my tubes tied. And each and every surgery, it was utterly horrible. The pain, the gallbladder pain, even though it was laparoscopic, it was horrible. So I know that when you're getting a surgery like that, depending on the size of the fibroids, they might have to do a bigger incision than just laparoscopically. And you're not going to be up walking around like you think you're going to be doing. Yes, I got my tubes tied before I got married because it was not ideal for me to get pregnant. I already know the complications that would happen to me, and I decided against that, and I always said I wanted to adopt anyway, so that's why I got my tubes tied when I was 29, yeah, something like that. Where we at? So Robin and her family are getting fitted for tuxes and dresses for their upcoming wedding. Now, maybe it's just me, seeing as how they've already had this big grand wedding, you would think that they were, okay, let's just do something nice and small, just me, you, and the boys. Maybe we can go somewhere nice and have a wedding, just the 4 of us. But you know, they want to go all out. They getting a custom made suit. She getting a custom made dress. The kids is wondering why Gigi and Pawpaw ain't coming. Why the friends ain't coming? Why is it just the four of us? But you know, Robin wants this to be so intimate. You know, it's just going to be the four of them. And I was like, I guess. But like, do you really? I mean, me and my husband, we were just going to go down there to the Justice of the Peace. I've said this before. But his mom, God rest her soul, she got wind of this and got with his family members and cousins. They was like, okay, we gonna do everything for y'all. I literally just had to find a dress, some Spanx, some shoes, like everything that I needed to wear. That was on me. They decorated the church, got the food, everything, the cake, decorated the venue where we was having a reception. They did everything. So to me, my wedding was grand. In my opinion, I found my wedding dress at Dillard's because I was just gonna wear like a regular old white dress, and somehow it was a wedding dress at Dillard's, and I was like, bet it was my size. I'm getting it was under $200. Oh yeah, I was happy about it, but I'm like, I don't know if they're doing this for the show or what, but they want to have this big grand thing. And I'm like, y'all have already had that, but I shouldn't be counting people's money. I just like, if y'all have already did the big thing, well, if y'all just doing this because y'all love each other and y'all want to get married, just go down to the Justice of the Peace. Now, y'all, before the trip even started, I would say that the fight happened before the trip even started, because it's seeming like what I'm getting is, since, you know, Mia's on this show and she has brought Jacqueline on this year, that when they're having out-of-town trips and stuff, Jacqueline will leave her kids with Mia's nanny, which is Jacqueline's sister. But Mia feels like those kids are your responsibilities. Jacqueline wanted her to arrange for the nanny while they was going to Mexico. But Mia also said, like, usually when Jacqueline needs somebody to watch her kids, she would just be like, drop them off at my house and they can be with my kids. You know, it'll be cool. It's okay every now and again, but like not all the time. And since Mia tends to lie a lot, I don't know how true this is. That's my husband in the kitchen. Do not worry about that. It's seeming like things that Jacqueline has done before, it was okay, but now I'm going to have an issue with it while we're on camera. And Mia has been doing this since Jacqueline got on the scene, doing little bitty things to make it seem like Jacqueline is beneath Mia. And I am not the only one who caught this. Well, apparently this spilled over on to the plane where, you know, I guess, what happened? Jacqueline, according to Mia, said that, you know, it takes a village to raise kids, and you wouldn't know that. Now, I don't know how true that comment is, like I said, because Mia tends to lie about a lot, and and if Giselle said I heard that too, I would not believe it, because she lies a lot. Like, a majority of the people on this group, they be tending to lying, knowing there's cameras there, but anyways, but like, Mia, she will go from, I didn't have a village, I was raised in a foster care system, and then it's like Jacqueline's mom took you in at a very young age. Then it's like it was put out there that Jacqueline wasn't put out by her mama, not Jacqueline, but Mia. She didn't want to listen and she wanted to do her own things. And mom was like, okay, you want to be grown, go out there and do your own thing. So you never really know with that, with Mia. Ooh, I can't get her name right. But it seems like these two have been fighting for the last 20 years. So much so that, like, Jacqueline threw a brick at Mia, and I was like, that, Then, like, Mia told her, well, you need to close your legs to marry me. Because Jacqueline said, you just need to have some sex. And she was like, you need to close your legs to marry me. And I'm like, Mia, wasn't Gordon married when you got with him? This is what you told us. This is not like us just assuming. You said that you and G were on the beach in Miami having sex while he was married. So, should you have not kept your legs closed to married man? Just saying. So this is when, this is even before they even got to their rooms. Now, the ladies, they decide after, all this, we're going to go down to the beach. Karen Googled a shaman, and he going to cleanse them and everything. This is what's so, I don't want to say weird, but Ashley puts herself, I'm all about happiness and I'm about peace, and I just want us to love each other. But she will talk about you like a dog and then bring her friends in to bring this narrative that somebody else's husband is doing wrong, but at the same time, oh, I'm all about peace. But y'all, I couldn't even concentrate because like a piece of Karen's track was just like popped up. And I'm like, wow, like, don't nobody notice that? Because I noticed it. And I was like, that was like, wow, like, that piece of track is really sitting up. So where we at? We at dinner. Now, y'all know Giselle, she loves to eat and she loves to start mess. And if she can do it at the same time, the greater. So she was like, Sharice, I told Karen that you had posted that video and that's why you wasn't invited to the live show. And Sharice was like, I didn't say that. That's not true. I didn't care about being invited. And she's like, oh, I guess I was wrong. Like, she flat out lied and nobody called her on it. And I'm wondering why nobody ever calls Giselle on her lies. I want somebody to be like, why you sit there and laugh? Or are they just not chewing it? I am so confused. Now, Sharice is like, well, Karen, I thought you would be a woman enough to tell me that you didn't want to be my friend. And I'm like, Sharice, I thought it was like clear that she did not want to be your friend. I guess you needed a verbal like announcement that, she didn't want to be your friend. I'm confused. I'm not really sure why, but like all the signs have pointed that she don't want to be your friend. And this is when Karen, she kind of loses me because they bring up Sharice's mom passing and Karen just texting her. And then it was like, y'all know how Karen tends to, if you use a certain word and then bring somebody that she loves in that same sentence, she will not gonna jumble it up in her head and make it seem like you was talking bad about that person. All they said was Sharice was at your mom's funeral, and Karen gets to flipping out and standing up, and Ashley looks shocked and shook. Wendy's like, oh snap, what's going on? What's her name? Candace is like, oh wow, okay, we really doing this? So now this episode, y'all can't accuse Candace of being any type of wrong in any old type of way. Now y'all, that was basically the gist, but I wanted to say something. Last week, they drug Deborah up, down, left, and right on these internet streets. And I wanted to feel bad for her. But then I was like, girl, this woman, like, gladly got on TV and said that a married man was trying to get with her. She lied. Nobody forcefully told her to do that. If Ashley had been like, girl, will you do this for me? She could have clearly said no. And I'm starting to think that it was set up by Giselle and Ashley, because Deborah walked her tail over there and made herself known to Chris. And if you watched in one of the clips, the rest of the friends kind of went over there as well so they could have footage. Yeah, my friends saw what going on even though nothing was going on, and they have continued to prove that, Giselle, Ashley, Deborah, and Ashley's friends are a whole bunch of liars. So I was like, I can't get mad when, we wasn't saying anything about Deborah for real. But it's when you got on here and started lying, that's when, all bets was off. And it's like, you did this to yourself and it's only for you to blame. And I really, really, really want them to bring Giselle, Ashley, Deborah, and Mia to task when the reunion comes. So y'all, that was a just. If I left anything out about me, leave a comment below. If you were new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on to my beautiful face with a video. You can click on it, you can like it and share it to people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.